Peace and love, family. It's your girl, Six the Goddess. And keep in mind, I'm a goddess and I'm sensitive about my shift. So, on today's video, we are going to be talking about Jada and Will Smith. I'm going to be reacting to a few videos they did. Today's video is going to focus on the women. And women are taught this, there's this movement of I can do whatever I want that a lot of women are on right now. And there is another side to this that's not being discussed, but it needs to be about exactly why. Because I think sometimes if you tell women, like, no, we can't just do whatever we want, a very good question comes up as why. And normally the question why is based on, well, the men do it. And I want to be clear, no one can really do what they want as adults. Okay. We all have different things that we have to do, different expectations, different responsibilities. However, I think sometimes we as women kind of sleep on ourselves on the importance of what we do, why we do it, and how. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about it. Let's go ahead and break it down. Why can't we go this way, and how does it affect you? How does it affect your family? If you are new here, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and join the Goddess Gang. I do a lot of live streams. You'll be notified when I go live or notified when I upload new content. All right, so the first video that we're going to look at is a video I found, and it's like the video was entitled Jada Pinkett Smith breaking Will Smith's heart for 4 minutes straight. And we're going to talk about the dynamic of what's going on here, okay? Because when we talk about the balance between the masculine and the feminine, there are certain things each side needs to love and respect the other, okay? And it's just non-negotiable. You can fight it all you want. And so we're going to be talking about where Jada's going wrong as a woman, and we're going to talk about where Will is going wrong and what it seems like he's just not understanding about what's going on here. Okay, so let me go ahead and share the screen. We'll pull this up. Okay. This should be interesting to say the least. This should be interesting to say the least. All right, y'all, let's get this going. I want to set this up the right way. Here we go. All right, here it goes.
There's people's feelings involved.
Right.
It's healing that needs to happen.
Yes, absolutely. So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so I think it was about 4 years ago. Started a friendship with August, and we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help. Me wanting to help his health, his mental state. And we found all those different resources, to help pull him through. And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
That particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah. I really felt like we could be over.
We were.
Okay, so let me stop right there. Do you all notice, first of all, Will's body language and Jada's? Jada has a very taunting, very like this little smirk thing she does where she just kind of be like, yeah, we were in a very bad place, and me and August became very good friends. Whenever a woman does something like that to you, fellas, she's trying you. She's trying you. She's pushing you. She's testing you. When they do that stupid little, well, it was an entanglement. I do not condone violence on women, but sometimes you just gotta, maybe, don't be trying me like that. Now, I want you to notice, Will, if you guys notice me periodically taking it on and off screen, it's because copyright things, they've been tripping lately, and I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the time. So you might notice me take it on and off screen. But if you notice, Will's language the whole time is like, Mm-hmm. His language the whole time is really, I don't agree with anything that's being said here. I'm uncomfortable with everything that's being said here. But because I'm Will Smith and I am constantly worried about upholding an image instead of upholding my manhood, I'm going to sit here and everything you say. The woman sees that. So now she's seeing, okay, well, you're just going along with whatever I'm saying. It's okay to go along with it if it actually makes sense to you. But why are you sitting here as a man, sitting there to something that you're clearly not comfortable with? Now, you'll notice right here is the first time in this little interaction that Will begins to speak up and sets a boundary. And I want you to notice that every time he speaks up to set a boundary, Jada comes and knocks his boundary over and sets one a step above. Okay. So in here he said, yeah, you know, because we were pretty much over. Again, Will refuses to throw Jada under the bus. Not saying he's an angel because he has his own issues, but when we're talking about just public respect you're showing for your spouse, your husband or wife of 2+ decades, there's a code you have to be. You'll see Will stays on code, even though he shouldn't. She doesn't deserve a code. So Will says, yeah, we were pretty much over. Jada then says, oh, we were over. Like, girl, shut up. Every time this man tries to exhibit something, you knock it all over. And this is what I mean by men can be emotionally and verbally abused and manipulated by women too. It is not something that only happens to women. So notice how she's getting ready to talk. She's getting ready to trump what he says. Okay. This is why I feel like they'll never leave each other, because she is clearly the masculine energy in the relationship and Will is the feminine energy. And you see this in the way they react.
Over. And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there,
I'll rewind
as time
that so
went
you guys
on.
can see that one more time.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know,
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over.
we were
over. And then what did you do, Jada?
Well,
She said, yeah, we were over. They cut it.
From there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
And I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
You see that stupid smirk I'm talking about? You see that? Yeah, I said the entanglement. Men, when y'all see a woman do that, exit the conversation. Exit the conversation. Have some respect for yourself. When they start playing those type of games, no. Because at the end of the day, I'm stronger than you, and sweetie, I will plunk you in the forehead. That's what you need to be thinking as men. You need to be thinking, oh, you ain't gonna just sit here in my face and give me this smirk, knowing you was on some BS. But Will just ignores all the signs.
That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Now here comes the stupid, nervous laughter. See, as a man, you guys have to mean what you say and say what you mean. And I've spoken about this in a prior video. All this laughing when he's uncomfortable. Sir, why are you not setting a boundary? Why are you not standing up for yourself? Why are you not putting your foot down? This woman is playing in your face and you're giving nervous laughter. See, the issue is Will is a robot. He is stuck on this image. He is stuck on being the good guy. That good guy mess can get dangerous because even when you're being blatantly disrespected, the only thing you're concerned about is maintaining this good guy image. When sometimes you have to say F the imagery, F being a robot, you need to let a woman know sometime that not only are you human, but you're a man. And she is literally begging to pull some type of manhood and humanity out this man that she has never been able to pull out of him for over 2 decades. She's begging for it. If Will would have flipped that table over and said, you got me stuck. I don't know who you think you are going to sit on here and do all this smirking and we're going to have to come. It's bad enough that I'm sitting here having a conversation with my own woman about how another man fucked my bitch. But on top of that, you going to sit here and smirk? Oh no, he should have flipped that table over. I'm done with this. Jada would have been gushing down there if he would have did that. Because that's what she wants. She's like, stop being this robot. Stop being worried about all this imagery. Stand up to me, set a boundary. People don't like being with someone that have no boundaries. You just drag them through the mud, do whatever. Are you a human being? She begging.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time and you go figure out how to make yourself happy.
I was in a lot of pain and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness.
Let me also say this. Jada been hurting for 30 years. Jada, at some point, your healing is within your own reach as a woman. Okay? We've all been through things. Lord only knows I have. But I'm not about to be hurt for 30 years. Okay? Like, Jada, at what point are you unhurt? You're married to the top actor in the world. You're a beautiful woman. You have a nice body. You have healthy children. I don't get it. When do you get unhurt? And again, this is why I don't allow women to come on here and share sad stories all day. Okay, at some point, we got to move on. We got to get over it, ma'am. Does anyone raise your hand if anyone knows what Jada is always so hurt and broken about? Jada, we have questions here. For 30 years, we've been seeing you get on the internet talking about how you're hurt and how you're broken. Sis, what's tea? What's really good? What's wrong with you? You have access to all type of medical care, mental health care. Like, what do you need? A prescription? What is the problem? We are tired of you for 30 years talking about your hurt. So your solution is to just do stupid stuff like a child for attention from your man. Instead of just, Jada, you need to just go to him and be like, listen, I want you to choke me out and slap me with it and put me in my place. Women that are broken like that, that's what they like. See, when you're a woman who is healed and happy in her femininity, when you've done the work, when you understand your power as a woman, you're nobody's victim. You know that life still has to go on, and you know that you as a woman, you are the catalyst in the happiness and nurturing of yourself and your entire family and their name. You don't have time to be hurt for 30 years. And at the very least, heal yourself to the point where your pain no longer hurts people around you. Because there is a huge difference. I feel as though we all have our issues. We all have our pain. But a healed person knows how to deal with their issues and pain without harming everyone around them. And the worst part about it, harming the people around you that love you the most. At some point, women like this in their masculine energy, that's what happens. You're forever hurt. Because you're moving like a man. Men do that. Men sit there and just suppress their pain damn near to the point of suicide. We as a women, we are supposed to be emotionally intelligent, not hurt for 30 years. You don't mess up your man, your kids, because you super hurt and we still don't know over what.
It's outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner.
Mm-hmm. During that time, launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. Mm-hmm. It had been so long since I felt good.
Right. Husband, now I got to be.
All right. You know, now I will say this. I mean, it's no secret that they have this open marriage, okay? Will been doing his thing for forever. Will go both ways. He swing from ceilings and shower rods. You know the difference is we ain't never heard about Will. None of Will's chicks, none of Will's dudes have ever came forward and did an interview. What does that mean? That means Will is very upfront and very systematic with how he deals with his outside people. No one's stalking Jada. Nobody is doing interviews crying like how August was doing. No one's doing that, which means Will is very honest about his situation and what it is. He's not leading anyone on, and he keeps his stuff quiet. We ain't heard nothing about Will's discrepancies. We ain't heard nothing. But since Jada has zero respect for Will and wants Will to step up and be a man and be a human, she makes sure that her stuff comes out. Again, for attention from him. Oh, look, this person wants me. This person is after me. Just begging for attention. Now, this next part is interesting. We're going to watch this part, and then we're going to switch to a different video because I'm done with this.
Be with you at the press conference while you like tell
Let
the
me
world
rewind that so you guys
about
can
your
hear what he just said.
transgression. Husband, now I got to be with you at the press conference while you like tell the world about your transgressions.
Well,
Like I love my baby. I'm gonna stand by my baby no matter what.
you know, I definitely understand why it would look that way or feel that way, but I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all.
You see the smirk?
Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity, emotional insecurity, and I was really able to do some really deep healing.
Okay, I'm off of this. Fellas, do not let a woman sit and play that emotional card on you for forever. Okay? Will should have asked her when she just said that, what emotional healing, ma'am? What are you emotionally damaged from? What is it? Please let us know. We still don't know. Again. And now she uses this as a sick manipulation tactic. Oh, my emotions, and I'm so this. And Will just sitting right there. You know, again, the roles have reversed. He's like, that's my man. I'm going to stick beside him. You know, it's very unnatural for a woman to sit and be a disgrace to your entire family. And you're like, well, now I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to stand by you at the press conference. No, Will. She wants you, you know what she wants you to do? She wants you to get up and say, well, you know what, bitch? If I don't give you this entire life, you know, I don't set you up like this. I uplift you. You know, we have an agreement of doing what we do. So I don't know if that's hurting you because you signed up for that. Well, you know what? If it ain't good enough, bye. You're not getting any more of this attention. You're not getting any more of me begging for this weird, sick approval from you. Jada eyes would have gotten this big, like, and he would have walked out. He would have flipped that table over and be like, you know what? This. Jada eyes would have got this big. She would have got hella wet and would have been blowing him up. And you wanted her to peep more of her acting up since. Who wants to be in a relationship with a robot? Now, let me show you guys this more recent video that has come about when she was talking about their sex life. I'm trying to get this demonetized because, boy, YouTube demonetizes everything for me. Come on now. So I thought this was very interesting too. I thought this was like, she's getting more aggressive with this now, Will. You're going to have to do something. Broken women like her require discipline. Okay? Women that got their mind right, got themselves together, they do not antagonize men for attention. Women that antagonize men for attention have serious issues. I can't tell you how many times I have brothers come to me like, well, what do I do when a woman informs me that she was RAPED before or MOLESTED before? And I'm like, you just met this woman? Why is she coming to you telling you about all this stuff? What the hell are you, Dr. Phil? What does she want you to do? You're not trained on how to deal with this. Sounds like she needs a professional. As women, we got to stop looking at men to sometimes be our source of healing. To somehow be our source of healing for serious problems. These men are not therapists. It's not their problem. We're all adults. Everybody needs to be coming to the table with themselves together. It's nobody's job to heal you or figure things out for you. Okay? Everyone is on their own. So men have to stop succumbing to the pressure of, I have to tolerate this toxic behavior. I have to tolerate being antagonized and being picked at and having that bear poked because she has these emotional issues. We're adults. Life has to move forward. A big part of being a woman is not being just out of control with your emotions. It's actually the total opposite. It's emotional intelligence. You don't let your emotions just drag you all over the place. Now, I thought this was also interesting. We're going to play this.
Yeah. Me, on the other hand, down and dirty and at 26.
That's amazing.
Oh,
It's incredible.
It's hard.
I know. I'm
I
sure.
mean, the thing that Will and I talk about a lot is the journey. I mean, we started in this at a very young age, 22 years old.
It's crazy.
That's why the accountability.
Now, I had a conversation with a brother a few days ago, and he was saying how normally when you see women who were not married young, they tend to have higher body counts or have more of a past. And I told him, I said, let me tell you something. As a woman, when you know the world is yours, you're not prone to be like, oh my God, I want to go out there and be for the streets. Like, you're just chilling. Like, it's not that serious. It's not this forbidden fruit out there. You begin to learn that a lot of these dudes got cooties out here and it's just not worth it. So a single woman, it's not that same like, ooh, like I'm not supposed to do this. Okay. What I've seen, good. I don't talk to a lot of women in my life. It's them women that get married super young. Okay. They get married super young and then some time passed by and the streets look fun to them. They think they missed something in the streets. They start comparing their marriage and relationship to other people. The streets look fun. Okay. And they be the main ones getting it in. Okay. I used to work with this girl at this restaurant, got married real young. She was in the male co-workers in the bathroom on her break, married AF with 3 kids. And I'm like, it wasn't the single women doing that. It was these women that have been locked down from age 20, 21 forward. Never had time to figure out what she likes or she doesn't like. This is why you have to deal with each woman on an individual basis. I see this a lot, which is why, again, why our esteemed ancestor, Frances Cress Welsing, let us know that women should not be getting married before age 29 and men should not be getting married before age 35. Jada Pinkett Smith is a perfect example of this. She never had a chance to grow out and figure out her hood rat ways. Now the streets and the hood rat shit with her friends just still looks fun to her. Okay? Every woman has to be dealt with on an individual basis according to her character. Oh, because a woman was married or married young, sweetie, you will be surprised. A lot of times they are the worst ones. See how she's groaning about it like, oh, here I am. Who does that? Oh, man, I've been in my marriage for 26 years. Man, got with him when I was 22. Like you're groveling about it as though it was some type of task for you. Will needs to be like, you know what, Shawty? If it's such an issue for you, go on back to the streets. Good luck. Stay safe out there. Give her what she wants.
Part really hit for me because I think you expect your partner to know, especially when it comes to sex.
Right.
It's like, well, if you love me, you should know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you love me.
Nobody, literally nobody, not one soul, not one single person, not one individual, not one peep. Jada, yeah, this marriage is hard, especially the sex. Ma'am, nobody asked you that. You're a married woman. You're married to a respectable guy. We're not asking women, you're supposed to be the queen. How can the queen let the world into the king's bedroom? You're married to Will Smith. Being married to a man like Will Smith is a job. You don't get to be all free talking about do what you want and you're married to Will fucking Smith. It doesn't work like that. Men need to learn to marry women who know how to follow the code and follow the rules. There are rules. When you meet them women that be rules, I gotta next bye. Because yes, time gonna change, feelings gonna change. She's still gonna always be your representation. Okay? You are supposed to be the queen. It should be a curiosity thing. Like, man, I wonder what their life is, their sex like. You should be holding that man to a point where they're like, I can't even imagine you guys doing it. not letting them right into all the details. Oh man, it's so hard getting that bit.
You should be able to read
You
my
should
mind.
read my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
a huge pitfall.
That's a huge pit.
Then you having this conversation with a white woman. Ooh, you dog, you. Imagine, oh my God, imagine how horrified I would be if my husband was discussing that our sex is trash to a white man. Like you're having this conversation to a white woman, and this woman is like y'all coworker. Like all Hollywood people are like coworkers. Like imagine your wife going to your white female coworker about how your D is trash. Wow. Okay, wow.
I hate that.
You know,
I
and
hate
so-
Isn't it weird though? It's like someone doesn't read your mind and we feel crushed. Like we feel so disappointed. Why do we?
And look how the difference of when Gwyneth talks. Gwyneth talks in general. You don't see Gwyneth saying, yeah, well, me and my man. You see how Gwyneth stayed on code? Gwyneth pivoted that real quick. Yeah, because we as women, you don't see her as the queen of her kingdom, letting this whole Facebook red table talking to their bedroom pay attention. When a woman follow the rules versus when they don't.
Where do we get that from?
I
don't know, because I don't feel like that at all. I guess, or maybe I've just grown out of it.
I think
It's like you gotta tell me what you need. Like I can't read your mind.
Right.
because I've grown out of it too.
Yeah.
Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. And on top of it, I know that I have to be accountable to do the same.
And do you?
I really try.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable,
Very.
but it's deeply healthy. And I think around.
What's healthy about that, Jada? You just let us know that your husband and the father of your kids has trash D. What's healthy about it? This is why I be telling you fellas, I guarantee you, when Will first got with Jada, I don't know if you guys remember that live stream I did a few videos back where the brother was talking about how he liked the girl. And I said, what did the girl do for you that let you know that she was into you? And how he was like, basically a lot of these women, all they do is show up, like impress me. Okay. And then when you press them in any shape or form to show you something back, they break the glass and pull out I got some puss. Here goes some puss. Put the puss on you good enough to where you forget. This woman is not doing to let you know she's interested back. When Will first got with Jada, she gave him nothing. She did nothing. Will is the one that she even said as herself. Will's the one that came to her, picked her up, and did all the work. Y'all got to stop getting with women who are doing nothing. And then you complain years later, like, oh my God, it's not working out. This woman was never into you. Name one thing she did that let you know as some type of equal effort that she liked you at all. Now she's over here groveling.
Sex, because it's something that we don't talk about a lot, and there's so much fantasy around it.
Right. Do you know how confused we are because of porn?
I know.
Yes.
I was just talking about this with somebody.
Porn has really messed us up in some ways.
I'm supposed to be there for every whim, every
Right.
pleasure, and that the woman's pleasure doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's not even thought about.
No. And then the other layer, which I find really disturbing.
All right. Well, obviously enough here. Jada has been just itching for Will to show her that he's a human, and he hasn't. The final straw is her exposing your sex life like this, and it's very unfortunate that he is still holding on to this. I'm going to keep the clean face. Now, what is the lesson that we learn in this? The lesson that we learn is this. Men can lie to themselves all day and say that they are their own legacy. They're not and never will be. A man's legacy is his woman, if he is in a relationship or married, or the way he has interacted with women throughout his life, period. It doesn't matter how accomplished you are. It doesn't matter who you are. Will Smith is one of the most accomplished, iconic, and legendary actors of our time. But guess what's going to happen? When you bring up Will Smith's name, my first thought is not him playing Muhammad Ali. It's not him in 7 pounds. It's not him as I Am Legend. My first thought when I think about Will Smith is the guy whose wife embarrassed him every chance he had and he did nothing about it and stood by it for years. So if Will Smith can be the most accomplished actor of our time, and all of that, his whole legacy can still be overshadowed by his misbehaved counterpart, what is it for regular guys? What is it for the guy that's a forklift operator? What is it for the guy that has a t-shirt business? You think that your t-shirt business will overshadow you having a very poor choice of a woman who cannot follow directions and follow rules if you're going to be somebody's wife? Okay? You guys have to understand marriage and relationships are a business. It is not just all about how someone makes you feel and popcorn and unicorns. There's a lot that goes to it. This is why as men, you must be adamant on maintaining your respect, making sure that you are setting these boundaries. It doesn't matter. I know as a man, sometimes for you guys, it just goes against everything natural into you for you to abandon your home and abandon your family and abandon your territory. But you have to sometimes start with the end in mind. Think about when your time comes. Think about when you're not here on this earth. How will you be remembered? With the wrong woman, you will be remembered as the man who had a woman who didn't know how to act and acted a damn fool and embarrassed you. The woman holds the legacy. Even if you do not have a woman, if you're a playboy, if you're running around, you'll be known as being a playboy. You'll be known that you could never keep. You'll be known that you always had drama. Think of people like Peter Gunz. We don't even know what Peter Gunz or what accomplishments he has. All we know is he had all his chicks beefing publicly all the time. Doesn't matter how successful Bill Cosby's career was. All we remember about Bill Cosby is, oh my God, he was slipping stuff in people's drinks and he was in jail. It doesn't matter what an amazing catalog R. Kelly has. All we remember him by is his interactions with women. Y'all fellas have got to stop thinking it's all fun and games and it's a joke. It's not. And the only person that is control over the women in your life, how they're going to make you be perceived, how they're going to make your name be better or worse is you as a man. You guys have to set the boundary. I would love to see for Will really stand up for himself and either give this woman what she wants, okay, and stand up and beat his chest a little bit, plunk her in the forehead a little bit, and that is a joke before y'all come in my comments talk about, sister guy is condoning violence on women. It's a joke. I have a weird sense of humor, just throwing that out there because I know y'all can't wait to click that and be like, she said. I'm not saying that. But Will has a choice. Either stand up, be a man, grow some, give her what she wants. No woman want to be with a robot, okay? Women, if you're going to choose as a man to be with a woman who is broken and has issues, hey, that's on you. But just know it will come with some work. I always feel like, baby boy, you are not a zookeeper. These women be like, I need a man that can handle me. Ma'am, are you in a zoo? We have to put your ass in a cage because these men are not out here to be zookeepers. They're out here to be divine masculine consorts to your feminine. Who wants to sit here and have to act like an equestrian trying to ride you and saddle you and constrain you? But if you as a man make that decision, just know you are going to have to really set some boundaries. You're going to have to be ready some shit up if necessary and do some faux head plunking if necessary. Because women like this, you cannot win with women like this. You cannot be nice to them. You cannot let them slide. Now, that's what you're going to choose to do. That's on you. But we really hate to see for brothers getting took up through there like this. It's not cute. Women know we cannot do whatever we want to do. Okay? When men do whatever they want to do, it can hurt the family. However, there is always a way. As long as the woman holds her composure and her dignity, there's always a way to save face, save the legacy, save the children. The minute the woman go to acting a fool, it's over with. And fellas, you cannot let that happen. If you're going to sit and work for all these things in your life, then you cannot let that be sabotaged by the bullshit. Okay? So that is my take on that. You guys asked me to speak on it. That's how I feel. I love you all. Please subscribe to the video, like the video, and share the video. And I will see you all on